the result of all of this research was a scientific research publication called The Diseases of Exotic Animals, which is now in the Smithsonian Institute. And it's the result of $25 million, 26,000 autopsies, and 12 years of research conducted by Dr. Wallach. And one of the things that Wallach noticed when he was doing this was that white-tailed deer who he was treating, or who showed up with an illness called white muscle disease, which is also muscular dystrophy or fibromyalgia, depending on how you want to slice it. From our point of view, by the way, fibromyalgia, muscular dystrophy, and white muscle disease are all the same thing. It's just more and more and more tissue destruction and, which muscles are affected. So Wallach saw all these white-tailed deer showing up with white muscle disease, and white muscle disease, the veterinarian community knows, is eliminated by selenium. It's a simple selenium deficiency, selenium being a trace mineral. So these deer also had sickled red blood cells, just coincidentally. And when Wallach gave the deer selenium, an injection of selenium to fix the white muscle disease, the sickle cells vanished. Now, if it was genetic, this couldn't have happened, right? Because there's no amount of vitamin or drug or anything that I can do to change the color of your eyes or your sex, right? I mean, you can manipulate the body and cut things off and add things, but you're really still a man or a woman. Well, if it was genetic, this would not have been able to have happened, but it did. And this led the way for Dr. Wallach's understanding of the pathogenesis of the sickle cell trait. So from the medical nutritional point of view, sickle cell anemia is caused by a deficiency in copper, selenium, and vitamin B12. Copper, selenium, and vitamin B12. And when your body doesn't have enough copper, selenium, or vitamin B12, especially if your mother, while you're developing in utero, doesn't have enough copper, selenium, or vitamin B12, the genes that code for healthy red blood cells get damaged. And then you're born with damaged chromosomes, which are to a certain extent baked into the cake. So you're always going to be having sickle cells. But if you supplement aggressively with B12, copper, and selenium, you can dramatically reduce the number of cells that are sickled in the blood and eliminate the hospital crises. Since you can't never make all the sickle cells go away 100%, well, maybe you can. We're waiting to see if that happens. Haven't seen it yet. But the crises that are associated with sickle cell disappear. And that's a beautiful thing. So what do? Well, the recommendation to support and promote the structure and function of red blood cells in the face of a diagnosis of sickle cell anemia is 1 healthy start pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month. And selenium. The dosage of selenium is a little bit different here with sickle cell anemia. It's 4 capsules per 100 pounds of body weight per day. And then you add 2 capsules a day for every additional 50 pounds. So if you're 150 pounds, you take 6 a day. If you're 200 pounds, you take 8 a day. If you're 250 pounds, and so forth. Okay? So this is how Dr. Wallach doses selenium for cystic fibrosis patients. And we must not forget the vitamin B12. And that's found in the longevity product called De-Stress. And this is the recommended dosage: 4 capsules at 100 pounds, 2 if you're 50 pounds, plus 2 additional capsules a day for every additional 50 pounds. All right? So this gives us the B vitamins, this gives us the selenium and the copper, and this gives us the rest of the 90 essential nutrients that the body needs in order to make all of this stuff work. And if you have someone who has sickle cell anemia and they get on this program and they clean their diet up, this will support and promote the structure and function of their red blood cells to such an extent that their crises will virtually vanish.